Hello and welcome to Digital Marketing for Business. This particular training is giving us an overview and an introduction. My name is Despina Karatias. I'm coming to you from Institute of Excellence. It is with pleasure and an honor, and I'm filled with gratitude to be offering you this training series on digital marketing for business. My business is very much centered around giving small business owners and managers all the tools that they need to effectively run their business on their own, and being empowered to use digital marketing tools that are available to them 24/7 to best maximize their brand and business, and to grow and to flourish and to do all the good things that we want to achieve. If you want to stay connected, any questions or comments, here are all of my details that you can send me an email or connect with me on all of the social platforms, particularly Facey, Instagram, and Twitter. What we have for you today are 3 modules, starting with digital marketing fundamentals, content marketing for business, and then we'll look at email search and social media marketing for business, and the important element that is for you as you look at when we talk about these tools that are available. So we're talking about digital marketing fundamentals. What we want to go through is understanding the basics, identifying when and how to use multiple channels, and defining your sales funnel for your business. So lesson 1 will be getting digital in your business. Lesson 2, taking stock of your own digital and creating a digital action plan. So getting digital in your business. The goals for this training will be defining your digital marketing channels that are used by small business, and mobile marketing tips for you to consider. Google loves you when everyone else loves you first. Have a think about that one. Google will love you only when they see that you can offer a very good, when you offer value, okay? And when you offer value through your website and you have more and more people find value in your website, you will be lifted to the first page for that particular search term, and that's where Google wants you to be. So Google wants you to be there when you are offering all of the solutions and to the challenges and the questions that your user is and your potential customer or visitor is going to Google first, is going to Google to seek. So lesson 1.1, digital marketing explained. So what is it and how does it apply to my business? When we're talking about digital marketing, we're really looking at digital technologies, mainly on the internet, but also including mobile, display advertising, and any other use of digital medium. So 46% of the global population is on the internet. 3.42 billion global internet users currently exist and continues to grow. This is a view of the time spent per day on the internet, and as you can see, what is showing exponential growth is mobile. Advertising spend trends that are happening on across the board. You can see the rise in digital advertising and the slight decline and plateau that has come with a TV medium. So when it comes to digital marketing channels, what is used most by small business? We're looking at website and social media, the digital marketing channels that small businesses are using most. And this was by a study that was conducted by drip.com. So which of the following marketing assets does your business currently use was one of the questions that were identified. Website and social media are the top 2. And that is a reflection very much, I know out of the hundreds of businesses that I interact with, these are the top 2 assets that are used in marketing for the small to medium business. Which of the following terms would you be most able to define? A landing page and a conversion rate was very much at the top, but then when it comes to other digital marketing terminology, it's starting to drop off. How would you describe the return on your investment when it comes to your marketing? Majority of the businesses were not sure, and this is something that we really want to explore here when it comes to our digital marketing, is how are you measuring its effectiveness and the success? Online traffic driven by mobile devices. So when you're looking at your mobile marketing tips for small business, you really want to make sure that, number one, your website is mobile friendly and responsive, and number two, that you're testing the speed of your website. So there's nothing more that turns a website user off than actually having a slow mobile. So you really want to have a look at your own user experience for your business. Here's some more facts and stats for you to consider. So online traffic driven by mobile devices, you can see mobile and tablet 57%, and then desktop 43%. So this is why Google has rolled out the new mobile first algorithm. So if your website is not mobile friendly, they will actually penalize you in the ranks. And I've got the source that this was from a marketing professional study that was conducted recently. The average amount of time spent on mobile devices is far exceeding what is spent on tablet, and certainly far exceeding what is on PC. Time online on mobile by age, you can see the younger, the more time is spent on mobile. Mobile device drives frequent engagement, so you can see 64% average smartphone conversion rates are up, 64% higher than a desktop computer. So what this is telling us is that users very much becoming a lot more comfortable and confident to transact and convert on a mobile device than they have ever before. Mobile video is also coming first. So when we're talking digital, we also want to take video into the mix with what we are producing. So if you're producing video, you want to be thinking, how is this going to translate on a mobile device? Building a mobile friendly website. So if you are building a new site or you're looking to redevelop a site, I want you to think about building this for mobile usage first, not building a desktop site and then you are converting it to mobile. Now, as we develop and we grow in our marketing journey, we want to be thinking and looking at all the stats of usability. We really want to be thinking mobile first. Capitalizing some social media, so the time spent on social networks. This was a US study, the mobile and versus desktop. You can see mobile is also really trumping on how long we are spending on social media networks on a desktop. What we want to look at now is the path to purchase. So when we're looking at as a collective, your customers leave a trail. So your path to purchase from when they first access your website will give you greater power into how you are going to produce content and what type of digital activity you are going to engage in. So when you're looking at your path to purchase, you're really thinking about how your customers are searching for you, how they are subscribing to you, and then what you're doing to convert them and keep them as a customer. So when we're looking at search, you're thinking of a click through an ad, a click through some of your content, or a click on social media of how they are searching for your product or your service or your experience and how they are landing on your website. Then you have how are they subscribing to you for more information. That could be anything from an ebook, an exclusive special, or something that is adding value to their experience. Or an event is another way that they can come and subscribe to you and your business. And then a conversion, when they're coming through that purchase to convert to you as a customer. And that could be through an online transaction, a transaction through social selling, or an offline call to action where they can call to book or come into your store, or or email even. So something that is well, not really email, but something that is offline, an offline call to action: visit us today and receive 20% off. Okay, that is using digital challenge to promote and drive awareness. But the actual sale and the transaction that we're promoting as a call to action is physically coming into your store to be able to receive that benefit. Mobile in micro moments. So when we're looking at mobile, a big study that was done with Think with Google, which I highly recommend you go and check out and subscribe to, that according to the latest research, micro moments is your guide to winning the shift to mobile, where we have a clear picture of the shift to mobile and consumer behavior. Ingesting digital content in micro moments that can happen anytime, anywhere. What is that this telling us is that we are device switching and we are engaging in brand activity in micro moments. Okay, this is, we're really not staying bored for a second. So when we have any, we are engaging in content, in the way we receive content, in micro moments, waiting for the meeting, waiting for the train, on the train, waiting for an email to download, or uploading an image. We don't sit there for a second and just wait for that to happen. We are engaging in our mobile device and capturing things in micro moments as we do. So when we're looking at mobile in micro moments, 30% were willing to admit they became anxious when they do not have their phone on them. Does anybody feel like that when you do have a split second and then there's no mobile and you actually have to sit there and wait and do something else? Mobile in micro, 87% of this particular study that Google did found that have their mobiles at their side day in and day out. 90% turn to their phones for ideas in the middle of the task. On average, we are checking our phones 150 times a day. It's mammoth, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of apps and tracking capabilities where you can see your own behavior in how many times you actually look at your phone. 60% of smartphone users agree that when conducting a search on their smartphones, they look for the most relevant information, regardless of the company providing the information. And here, I love this and I use it all the time. I think when you're generating content, or the way that you do social media, or the way that you are planning and systemizing your website activity, these are three key things to take into account. Being there, that you've got to anticipate these micro moments for users in your industry, and then commit to being there and be the go-to person to help when these moments occur. Being useful when you've got to be relevant to your consumers' needs in the moment and connect people to the answers they're looking for. So you are playing a bigger game in the content that you're producing and the way you are presenting your brand and your content to the end user. And being quick. They're called micro moments for a reason. Mobile users want to know, they want to go, and they want to buy swiftly, easily, and quickly. So your mobile experience has to be fast and frictionless. Is that the case for your business? Or is there multiple different layers and steps and waiting periods before them asking you something or needing something from you and you being there? And this is where you've really got to step into your customer's shoes and think, if I was wanting to buy something from my website, or if I was wanting to search for something on my website, is it fast and is it frictionless for you as a user of your own product and service? Lesson 2, taking stock of digital. When we are looking at taking stock of digital, we really want to see how you can take stock of your digital activity, the importance of benchmarking and online strategies to eliminate your competition. So when it comes to you having the technology and to finally be there that you can, we have the technology finally that for the first time in human history, we can allow people to really maintain rich connections with much larger numbers of people. So this is so true. We finally have the technology, and regardless of the scale of your business, it doesn't matter whether you're a one-man operation or where you're a larger organization with multiple departments and a large number of employees. Now we have the technology for the first time in human history that we really have no excuse to create a really rich connections and with a large number of people. So when we're looking at the key benefits of actually looking at also doing a benchmarking yourself against your competitors in your industry. So when we're doing this, we want to look at some of these key benefits, which we all, it could be competitor analysis or benchmarking. So when you're looking at this, what you want to see at some key benefits of looking at your competitive landscape in an intelligent way is that increases your chances of winning in your industry. It also shapes the development of your digital action plan. So when you're looking at your digital activity and setting a strategy for your business, you really want to be looking at what you can do, where are you placed within your industry, and where can you see, how you can do an analysis for you to see the gap that you can establish there. Inspire innovation, uncover threats and opportunities, and also establish benchmarking for your analytics. Okay, so here's a situational analysis first and foremost to look at your own digital capability. So follow this exercise, a very simple exercise, to look at your own digital capability from your website through to the way you manage your analytics, and then rate yourself from yourself having basic knowledge through to you having expert practitioner knowledge, from being novice to being an expert. So then you can see where you need to spend a little bit more time in your own education, okay, to be able to build this muscle in all these different areas of digital capability. So when it comes to the importance of benchmarking against your competitors, too often small business operators are neglecting the benefits of competitive measurement and not using benchmarking as a key way to meet key business objectives. Okay, let's explore this a bit further. Key business objectives could look like email open rates, social media community building, and engagement and conversions. Is this something that you are aspiring to? Is this something that you are looking at in your business? This is an exercise in helping you look at the bigger picture so that you can gain a clear perspective on what separates the businesses in your industry to the mediocre ones, and what is setting then you apart from both of these ends of the scale. Who's leading and who is kind of trickling along, and where do you sit within the mix there? In the first instance, website performance metrics will be a good starting point to track a competitor's activity, okay? So as a small business, you can easily adapt competitive benchmarking tools to measure how you rate with having to invest in expensive as a small business, you can easily adopt competitive benchmarking tools to measure how you rate with having to invest without having to invest in expensive third-party tools. That's why I confused myself. I really want you to know that you can do this. There are tools that are available to you that I'm going to share with you without having to have like really expensive tools, cost-effective ways that you can really see how you're measuring up against your competition. So let's have a look at this in how to perform a competitor benchmark analysis. First and foremost, a great tool that I refer to a lot when I'm doing any type of strategy work or when I'm doing quarterly analysis. So I look at this as a quarterly analysis. But, you know, again, this could be something that you do once a year, as long as it's done and you set the tone and set the frequency for what makes sense in your business. So a tool like SEMrush, it's a service for competitor research. So SEMrush, the key features of this tool is the ability to get insights into your competitor's strategy in display advertising, organic and paid search, and link building. So it really gives you like an overview into your competitors' digital analytics, what their website analytics is looking like, okay? Another tool is SimilarWeb. So similarweb.com, and here it gives you the ability to benchmark against your competitors and your industry, where you can reveal your competitors' analytics and online strategy, discover new opportunities, identify emerging trends, and help you understand your consumer intent and journey. Now, all these tools that I'm sharing with you here, they have free versions, which is all you need to make a good analysis, or they have paid versions. Alexa is another great keyword search tool for your competitor analysis and website ranking. Okay, so if you go to alexa.com, you can have the ability to find, reach, and convert your audience with tools to improve your SEO and your pay-per-click strategy. Have a look around and check them out. So knowing what competitive analysis to benchmark against. So what are you going to, what are you benchmarking against for your competitors? So something like website visits is a good one to create an analysis around. Website traffic by channel. How many visitors are your competitors getting to their website from Facebook in comparison to how many you're getting, okay? Really good insights to have. Global and country rank. Where do you rank in the world for your website in comparison to your competitors? Okay, so this is something else that you might want to look at into your when you're benchmarking against your competition. So the frequency for your competitor analysis, this is something that you can do when you are changing your business strategy or you're reconnecting with your strategy, when you're launching a new product, when the beginning of a new financial quarter or a new financial year is a great time to benchmark. And when you're investing in any type of online advertising campaign is also a great time to benchmark, because really what you want to do initially, if this is something that you haven't done before, you want to set the scene, okay, of where you're at the moment. And as you continue to do it, you can also really maintain and see your own growth. So if you're going to take your digital marketing activity seriously with benchmarking, you can then go and see your progression in your developments when you start implementing some new strategies for your business. So lesson 3 in this first module that I want to share with you is creating a digital action plan. Okay, so when we're creating a digital action plan, we want to look at the key benefits of a well-defined digital action plan. We want to look at the type of channels you need to consider, and then we want to look at creating your plan. So actual tools for you to start to create your own digital strategy. So when it comes to digital action plan, what the heck are we talking about? So like any plan, a digital action plan helps to clearly identify what success looks like for your business and how your digital activity can be integrated to your overall business strategy. Okay, so everything we're talking about, you have your own business plan and goals that you want to achieve. What we're looking at here is what plan are we going to align our goals to in a digital sense to help us reach those. Working in an online environment means the ability to track and measure many important areas of business. And when I first, really started rolling up my sleeves and getting into digital marketing, a good 15 years ago, is when I was able to see the benefit of measuring every single dollar and effort that I produced. And as a small business, this was invaluable for me to either know what's working and keep igniting and what's not. And it just gets better and better as more tools and technology become available to us. Digital planning also gives businesses insights on what has traditionally been a more challenging way to measure engagement and relationship success. So now we have metrics around engagement. Now we have metrics around building a community through the likes of social media activity, okay? So key benefits to a digital action plan. When we're looking at key benefits to a well-defined digital action plan, we're looking at attracting your ideal customers by showing your unique story, experience, value, and solution that you provide to your ideal customer. The other is growing influence, thought leadership, and industry advocacy. You can become a real ambassador for your industry, for your region, for your product, for your service. Okay, now I come with a background of ballooning. Now it's competitive. There are other balloon operators, but certainly the more I give in my digital activity and the more I can use all of the tools that I can generate within my own content efforts, the more I can grow and advocate and be an ambassador for ballooning everywhere, for ballooning in general, as an example. Other key benefits is that it assists with all marketing and promotion of products and services to help customers find you online and offline. So having a good digital action plan means that you are really using the tools available to you to have a more congruent approach and well-branded approach to what you're doing offline. So the two match. We're not doing one thing offline with our brochure development and industry engagement and then doing something completely different with our digital activity. Actually devising a plan will keep everything also aligned. Displaying your products and services on multiple channels 24 hours, 7 days a week. Now, if you're not, like a McDonald's open 24/7 or a 7-Eleven, your website and your digital marketing capability and automation functionalities that are available to us allow us the opportunity to have that access and that visibility 24/7, and for us to capture leads and to capture information and to service our visitors in a much better way than leaving them neglected. Identifying key areas of digital business opportunities and how you can grow the skills and confidence to utilize these effectively is another key benefit. And also, first and foremost, on the top of the list there is being able to deliver outstanding customer experiences. This is one of the benefits that I can talk about. I can deliver a whole other series, and probably about maybe even like a full day training in becoming your own media as one of the greatest assets that I have seen within my own business and businesses that I've helped. That with a good, well-defined action plan, you really become a powerhouse onto yourself, okay? Because already you have a plethora, a magnitude of tools that are available to you, that you have access to, that are sleeping giants within your business, digitally speaking. So this is something where I really advocate that you can become your own media. You can reach your prime business objective to generate sales and profit. Very, very important there also. The channels to consider as you are developing your digital action plan, you want to look at all of these elements combined. Your website. When was the last time it was updated? We talked earlier about the pathway to purchase and the customer journey. Is that a good one for your visitors to your website? Email marketing, social media marketing, your search engine optimization, your search engine marketing. So the difference there, search engine optimization is what you're doing to optimize your website to attract organic traffic on the Google search engines. Then the flip side to that, search engine marketing is when you have is when you are looking at paid advertising activities on the likes of Google and Bing, or even your your social media. Now you have paid solutions, paid advertising solutions, digital display advertising, mobile marketing, and of course your analytics, where you can measure all of your digital marketing activity. So setting your objectives. First and foremost, you want to say to yourself when you're setting up a digital marketing plan, what is my goal? What is my key objective of what I'm going to achieve for the next month, for the next year, for the next 3 years, for the next quarter, whatever it is, and however you like to set your plans for your business, okay? For me, I kind of push out to a 3-year plan, and then I work back from that. Where do I want my business to be in 3 years? Therefore, if I want to get there in 3 years, what do I have to do in the next year? Okay, that's going to get me closer to that goal in 3 years. So then I'm chunking it down. Then in the next year, if that's my big goal that I want to achieve, what do I have to achieve every quarter for me to get there? Okay, and then in my quarterly goals, then it's not so overwhelming when you kind of chunk it down. So have your big vision of where you want to get to, and then break it down from there. So what do you want to achieve? Let more people know about you, drive more visitors to your website, sell more products, bring back customers and retain them, create positive brand awareness. Any single one of those or all of those, they can all be put into your digital strategy and action plan. Your goal setting frameworks. Now, there's nothing more, there's nothing better. I've yet to find a better framework for goal setting than the SMART goals, okay, where you are specific, in the area of improvement. You are measuring your goal in terms of having numbers associated as an indicator of the progress. It's attainable, so specify who will do it. So you want that to be also realistic, an indicator of the progress, that it's real, that this can actually be really achieved. Now for me, I can say, okay, I have an interest in tennis, but my SMART goal, if I wanted to go and play at Wimbledon in the next 12 months, now that could be I could create a SMART goal around that, but actually being realistic, it's not. So you also want to set things that are achievable for you and that they're timely. Like I said to you, you want to set goals that you say in 2020, okay, so we're pushing out. It's 2020 and I have 1 million visitors to my website every year. I generate 1.5 million in total gross revenue. For example, okay, the more you say it as you want it, the better you can attract it and achieve it. This is my simplest, I try and test different frameworks and templates that will work for me in my business. This has been tried and trusted, where I can produce a very quick one-pager of a strategy, and I can say, where am I now? Where do I want to be in 12 months? And put in a date range, again, whatever makes sense for you. And I like to work in threes. So I'll set 3 key goals, then with each goal 3 action items, and then put some timing and estimated duration. And also, very importantly, who is going to do this? Who's going to activate and action this? Is it going to be me? Is it going to be a colleague? Is it a contractor that I'm going to outsource because I want to achieve this, but it's virtually impossible for me to achieve this myself? So I want to learn. Now, can you see the benefits of this for your business? Okay, for you to be able to plan in this way, and how much more success rate you're going to be giving yourself as opposed to not doing it. Okay, examples. A bad example of setting a goal is I want to increase sales. Okay, that is very, kind of pie in the sky, very kind of, it's a vague statement. I want to increase sales. Well, it's not really vague, but it's just too general. Okay, for you to actually nail it. I want to increase sales by how much, in how long? Okay, against what? A better way to set a key objective is I want to it is December 2018 and I have increased our online sales by 20%. That is a better digital marketing goal, okay, for your business. Now we look at your customer. So in your planning, okay, in your digital action plan, if you don't have a clear sense of who your customer is and the value you offer, you will struggle with your marketing on and offline. So the more time you take out to consider who this is, the better chances you have of actually attracting them to your business. So who are your customers and what problem are you solving for them? How will your product succeed where others have failed and continue to fail? How do you do things better than anyone else? Think about it, digest it, and use it to your advantage. Okay, who exactly are your customers and what specific problem are you solving for them? Here is a whole heap of information for you to take the time out, look at and fill out. Okay. For example, my customer's name is Jane. She's 45, she's a female, she lives in regional Victoria. She's a small business owner and she's married and she has children. Her specific problem that I help with is that she's overwhelmed. She doesn't know where to get started, needs step-by-step guidance to set up with her skill and a way forward. 5 places she spends a lot of her time on to resolve these problems are Facebook, YouTube, trade forums, Google, and competitor sites. This is what my Jane looks like. I'm so specific about the customers that I want to attract. I even have a picture of them. Now, the benefits of having semi-fictional characters like Jane and doing a target market exercise with one person in mind includes humanizing product and marketing to make it as real as personal instead of a generic target market. It will keep your content and your message much stronger and focused in its delivery. Looking in the mirror probably came from a problem you had, okay? Or a problem you needed fixing, or a situation that you had but didn't get the result you wanted. So looking in the mirror, your target market and your ideal customer may even be yourself, because that's exactly why you started your business, or that's where you found a gap in your own market and why your business exists at the moment. It's unlikely someone you haven't met before, because how can you help them achieve their goals? So most likely, another way to think of this is, who is your absolute favorite customer that you've dealt with in your over your time till now? So you can look at this and say, if you want to attract more people like that, use them as your ideal customer. And like I said earlier, looking in the mirror, it may have even been your past self. So 8 more ways to gather information on your ideal customers is that you can really, that was just a double. So looking at these 8 additional ways that you can look at your ideal customer will get you closer to attracting more of the people you want to and less of the people that you don't. Then it comes to identifying your unique selling proposition. What is that? How will your product succeed in the marketplace where others have failed? So let's expand on that. What is your product, service, or experience description? What are you not going to do? What are you not about? Okay, so something for myself personally, when I started my training business, I really went out there kind of, being a jack of all trades and doing a bit of everything. I was, consulting a strategy. I was doing social media management. I was being the lead on website development projects where I would be the consultant, kind of taking clients through the process of building out a new website, until I found I'm going to specialize and be really good at training. Okay, training isn't going to complement all the other stuff. Training is going to be my core business. So that came to a crossroad where I didn't know, am I a digital marketing agency? Am I a social media marketing agency? Am I a consultant, or am I a trainer? And it all became a little blurred as I was finding my feet in the first 18 months of my business. And until I made that very clear distinction and decision, I found that I can be very unique in my proposition, that I'm not a digital marketing agency that trains on the side. My 100% focus is on training, okay? And then you think of that for yourself. What are you doing a bit of everything that is not really, it's not good for your, it's not part of the 80% or 20% effort that is returning you 80% of your results. Okay, what is that for you? What will be unique? Proof that you can deliver on your promise. What's your pricing strategy? Okay. So an example, here's that example of this, that product service description, practical training, published online and in person. What am I not going to do? I will not teach concepts and theories only. So there's nothing that you've seen in any of my online training or face-to-face training that I haven't had first-hand experience myself. What will be unique, practical, highly actionable training with real life examples, okay? I come as someone that bleeds as a business, okay? Particularly as my own business, but also in managing a tourism operation. Proof that you can develop or deliver on the promise, show marketing results, analytics, and platforms used. And also pricing strategy, low price, high volume of students. So this is giving you just, everything. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm giving you simple tools that you can do as a one-pager for you as your business. So here we are in this first module. As a summary, we've looked at digital marketing, how to apply digital marketing to your business, tips for your small business in mobile marketing. We shared some stats and interesting facts about mobile, the path to purchase and the 3 steps to sales funnel. And then we looked at developing a digital action plan for your business and the benefits that you have in a well-defined action plan. Marketing without data is like driving with your eyes closed. So these are now, we're not just going on a gut feeling when it comes to digital marketing. We're not just all go gut feeling, never discount it. It's important in business. We're also using metrics to really secure and make intelligent decisions about what we're going to do moving forward. Okay, so off we are now onto module 2 and content marketing, which will be showcased in a separate lesson. But for now, I want you to be well and be good, and wish you and offer you big love until next time, and most importantly, be excellent.